Hi, everybody. Welcome into IU Sports Media. Brandon Schaff here alongside Kendall Bowers, Ben Steiner, our NBA experts on the panel today.
Sam, no question about it, exactly the start that this Indiana squad was looking for, and it was all about the team captain, Al Durham. 100% from the floor, 7 for 7 in field goals, 3 for 3 from the three-point line. And then on the other side, Justin Smith with an exceptional evening, tied his career high in points with 24. Sam, the last time that Justin Smith scored that many was against Michigan State here in Assembly Hall when they swept the Spartans last year. So if there is any indication as to what Archie Miller is looking for in offensive talent and who his targets are going to be, those are the guys.
We've all heard about how student athletes balance life in the classroom with sports. But what about the ones pursuing a career in sports media? For them, they have access to much more than most student journalists, which can lead to some interesting stories from a whole new perspective. Ben, it was really the story of what happened after the game with the comments that LeBron said about his own team. What do you make of those?
Very competitive, keeping it close within 10. The Vikings were able to, but it was the story of Justin Smith and Jerome Hunter, who was a little bit of a surprise, comes in off the bench. He's one of those young guns, redshirted all of last year, was able to get on the board multiple times, but Justin Smith able to knock it down clearly. Only has 8 points, but multiple dunks, and has really been a difference maker.
The number 14 ranked Kansas Jayhawks moved one step closer to the top spot in the Big 12 standings after an overtime showdown with TCU in Fort Worth Monday. Well, it definitely depends on your perspective. Obviously, you want a team that comes together and you're able to assimilate those new players into the program, and that's what they've been able to do so far, especially when you look at the talent with Avery Lockwood as a freshman who's come in and now leads the team in shots, ties for the most goals on the team. It's really been an exciting year for a lot of these young players who have logged a significant amount of minutes with the team.
With the win today, Indiana moves to 4-0 on the season and will continue until next weekend, where they will host Texas and Louisville in another tri-meet right here at Councilman Billingsley Aquatic Center. For IUS TV Sports, I'm Brandon Schaff. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simon Scott Assembly Hall. Happy to have you here for a nice Sunday afternoon basketball matchup between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Jackson State Tigers. Happy to have you in. A great matchup here, Max. There's no question about it. Brandon Schaff, alongside Maxwell Glenn, will be joined by the third member of our team in Haley Jordan.
You bring up an interesting point, and Ben, you actually got a hold of a video of Kevin Durant talking to Kyrie Irving in the hallway during the game. What do you make of that?
So here we go. The women's breaststroke gets started right now, and you can feel the energy in this building as Lily King hits the water, but she certainly has a lot of competition from Michigan's Jamie Young right next to her. So King so far off to a very quick lead as we head into the final 25 for this one. Lily King in a commanding lead heading into the last 25. She's going to try to break her own record as well as get the championship for Indiana in this event. All right, everybody, welcome back to Bloomington. Councilman Billingsley Aquatic Center, day 3 of the Women's Big Ten Championship still underway, and we have the award ceremony for Lily King in the women's 100-yard breaststroke. She won with a time of 55:88, which is a Big Ten record and a national record.
This is Assembly Hall, home of the men's and women's basketball teams here at Indiana University. That means the student athletes like Bendu spend the majority of their time here. But when she's not putting in that work on the court, she's working here at Franklin Hall, otherwise known as the Media School, which allows her to get on camera, be in the studio, and tell stories from a whole new perspective that only she would really know.
Elizabeth Nelson has been exceptional the whole year. She has the record in this event. Last year, she set this. How exceptional is this? Look at Lily King on the outside. She'll try to work her way back in. Now watch Nelson go, but here is where it's go time for Sia Von Hoy. Watch her as she boosts herself forward in this breaststroke. This is something that she competed with Lily King. Let's see if she can break her own record here, folks. This is going to be nuts. Elizabeth Nelson trying to finish this one out. She's probably going to outtouch her unless Sia Von can do something crazy at the flags. That's a record. That's a record, folks. She beat her own record by a second. That is unbelievable. Right. Elizabeth Nelson again wins again.
We complain about the Murray State loss, but you look at what the Hoosiers were able to do up until they lost to Iowa. That 3-game winning streak that they went on, they were outshooting and outscoring opponents by staggering numbers, 58 shots to 13, 8 goals to 1 for Indiana in Indiana's favor. If they can get back to playing like that, especially in conference play, that is something that I think could propel them to possibly top 5, if not top 3 in this conference, which will, as you mentioned, really does not go that far outside of teams like Indiana when they're playing at their true potential.